passing forward. Trying to pace me, I lit that fast like Lord. Puff, puff, pass, and you know I might blow it. Double that lemon, and you know I might throw it. Throw it. In they side like a thorn. Every fucking mic getting torn. Every fucking mic getting torn, that's the norm. Yeah, spent the week getting paid around the horn. Yeah, shorty bad, and you know she asking for it. I ain't even gotta ask her to throw it. Loose strip brakes going up, getting lower. Four loco, yeah, I see the King Cobra. Ocho loco, sip, sip till I'm over. And it's all the no talent, know I'm like Noah. You know what? Hit the gas and I flow it. I don't really get the hold up. I don't really get the hold up. I don't really lay your ass in for it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. I don't really get the hold up. I don't really lay your ass in for it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. Yo, kill it. Yeah, I put the track in the morgue. Killed it. Hurry, get the flowers from the floors. OG nugs in the flowers from your force. What we don't play trails, go and scream if you for it. Storming on stage and performing up. Giving out face to opponents up. Pile up the cash and we grow it. Roll up the stash and we coat it. What you gon' do? My shit exploded. Yeah, boom, hit the gas, boom when I flow it. What you going for if you ain't going for it? Yeah, you going through it, you ain't really going for it. Passion for the cash and my passion growing. Going so fast, no shit, no slowing. Slowing for y'all, no, not for a moment. Now your ass ain't for it, and it's an omen. I don't really get the hold up. I don't really lay your ass in for it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. I don't really get the hold up. I don't really lay your ass in for it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. Hit the gas and floor it. For it. Drop it down low, drop it down low, drop it down low, like. Drop it down low, drop it down low, drop it down low, like. Been getting money all day, money all day, money all day, like. Been getting money all day, money all day, money all day, like. Money all day, money all day, yeah, money all day, like. Always all night, yeah, always all night, turned up to the daylight. Faded damn near every day, right? Super damn, I'ma stay right.
All right. Just like that, we are back. I am Bolts Bolton here with RotoWild Fantasy Sports with the Jungle Live. Got a small NBA slate to discuss with you guys today. I'm going to help you guys get a lineup that is going to make you some money. Now, who was with me yesterday? Because yesterday was an exciting day. We had a big day. We had Kyrie Irving. We had Blake Griffin. We had Kawhi Leonard. We had a lot of big guys, and for a lot of the contest, you could see my icon there in the top 10 on a lot of the different slates. All right, and that's me, Bolts Bolton, and I'm rocking the badge of RotoWild Fantasy Sports. This is the Jungle Live, brought to you by RotoWild Fantasy Sports. Go ahead and let's get started. All right, we are broadcasting live on a number of different things. We have Periscope. We've got YouTube. We've got some people here with Vaughn Live. So go ahead and let's check on our chat. All right. We welcomed everybody in. This is where everybody go ahead and discuss who is the best play on tonight's NBA main slate. All right. So that one is ready to go, and we're ready to get some replies there. Other than that, we do have a lot going on today. Like I said, it's a small slate, but I believe it's going to be a good one. Okay, it's going to be a big slate. It's going to be the kind of slate that we're looking for, and we're going to make some money. Now, here we should have a nice window. For now, let's put it on me for now. Let me try to fix this for you. There it is. You just kind of slide that one there. And it should be looking good, guys. All right, everybody can see pretty good. And I think we're ready to get started here. So I did the spreadsheet as normal, okay? And looking at the spreadsheet here, we do have some information that is going to help us out a little bit, okay? One thing that I see here, I've highlighted this game as the best game. I think it's a little bit better than the other game. Plus, it's early, so we're gonna get fantasy points right off the jump. And that's what we want to do. Is we want to have as many starters as possible, if not all players starting in this first game. And then we can leave one or two for this later game. But I really do like taking the majority of our players here in the early game with the Houston Miami. Okay, I do like the Houston team, the 3-game total, and I do like their 5-game total combined in this game a little bit better than the other game. All right, now with that in mind, let's go big game hunting. Big game hunting, I think this is the big game of the night. As you can see, I bought myself an entry here for $5. 23.80 is the amount of people, and you still have some time to get in here. All right, the contest doesn't start till 5 today, so we're gonna have some extra time. And you got 2,007 people currently joined in this contest. So if you're big game hunting today, this is the game that you want to be looking at. All right. Now let's bring you back so we can take a good look at the spreadsheet and everything that we've got going on the spreadsheet here. You got Houston at Miami, 31 games won overall, 31 games lost overall for Miami. Okay, that's 50%. 19 wins at home, 13 wins 13 losses at home for a win percentage of 59%. They also have the Miami team to win this game at 59% on the FanDuel Scout, as when you click on the game section, like so, right? I'm not sure you can see that too great, but it says 59% Miami will win this game. So that combined with the home record tells me it's probably true. And I do think it's going to go over this 210. It's going to be closer to 214, like this total shown by oddshark.com. Okay. Now, back to our lineup here. We're going to go ahead and get started and clear this thing out. All right. Now, do want to just check one thing, so I'll leave you guys here with the spreadsheet for just a moment, and I'll be back. All right, everybody, and I'm back. So hopefully you got a good look at the spreadsheet because we're going to go right into the lineup creation, okay? So here is our lineup. And we're looking at this, and I'm thinking, okay, I know that I want James Harden, and that's almost a no-brainer because on these small slates, you don't want to be left out with one of these when there's these big players like James Harden. Okay, I haven't heard anything about him getting rest on back-to-back or anything, but it's not a bad idea to look to see if we can find any further news about what's going to happen tonight with James Harden's minutes. Okay? So anything you see about James Harden's minutes right now would probably be a good idea of taking note, right? Because if there is no restriction or anything going on for James Harden tonight, then he's a must play. All right? So far, I don't see anything. I don't hear any whisperings out there that anything should happen with James Harden's minutes tonight, although they are on a back-to-back. All right? Now, with that said, none of these lineups are confirmed yet, and James Harden is expected to play. Nine, 34 minutes last night for Harden. So they restricted maybe some of his minutes last night so he can play extra minutes tonight. I'm definitely playing James Harden. And since I'm playing James Harden, you can throw these two characters right on the lineup as well. Okay? Next position I'm going to look at is going to be this small forward position. And I definitely want Josh Richardson here. And I know that I'm fading this position. Now, if I want to take JJ, that's pretty strong fade. Same thing with Dirk. Now, Dirk is capable of exploding for major points. But we're going to start not exactly there, right? Since I already have 3 Rockets players, I really like PJ as my 4th Rockets player. All right. Now, after I get this 4th Rocket, I can start looking at a player that's in this other game, like JJ Barea. All right, so I've got my 4 Rockets. I'm expecting a victory from the Rockets tonight. Okay. Miami only wins 50% of the matchups overall, 60% at home. Houston is just a much better team than Miami, and they're hot this week. I expect them to win and this to go over. I expect more than 108 points. I think it's going to be closer to one of these 115s to 102. I think that's actually a pretty close total to what I would project it at. Right? So if I've got them at 102, and we're looking at this other game, I think the Clippers are the other team that similarly falls short at 103, and it's Dallas, in fact, that has somewhat of a bigger night. So that's what leads me to JJ, right? But then when I'm looking at JJ, he's got this game time ankle listed as probable. Indications that he'll play. Scary. I don't know if I want any part of that, but who else are they going to run out there? They're going to run out Brunson and Devin Harris together? I mean, that sounds like a surefire loss, and I do think they want to win this game. So there's always Sega. You can look at Sega. Some people really love Sega. I'm kind of hit or miss with Sega, and I don't like the Clippers tonight. So he's a rough take for me, necessarily. I think the next player that you would skip to after Richardson, it would be Richardson or Barea and Harrison Barnes, right? So when you got Harrison Barnes, 40 last game. He ain't repeating that. All right. One of these 22-19s, totally possible, but the 40, even though I like their team tonight, him repeating that is unlikely. And then you got Gallinari. Gallinari has been hot, and he's playing a lot. He really is playing a lot. So it's a tough position here where you got 7,000, 7,500, and you got the 5,800 player. It's a tough. It's almost a toss up, right? Um, but is it? Because I know I like Richardson and Barnes, and I'm not so sure about Gallinari because like I said about the Clippers, right? So okay, you got Paul, Harden, Richardson, Barnes, PJ Tucker in this spot, this spot, and this spot. We like JJ, but I may have to pay up to get a Sega. May have to pay for a Pat Beverly. I'm not sure where we're gonna go with this pick. It could be a complete fade, really. This is a really strange one. But for now, because I really don't like either of these guys, you know, this guy Brunson has been pretty awful the last couple of games. He's getting more minutes than he should, and he's not very good. Now they're gonna have a better game tonight. Maybe it's Devin Harris then. Is it someone like Devin Harris? And then here could be someone like Ty Wallace, someone like Avery Bradley, one of these cheap guys. And barely gets us to 4,500. We still can't take Montrez. You know, we're still down here in the Dwight Powell, in the Dirk Nowitzki area. So pretty interesting. I really think, other than the players that we already kind of slated in there, it's tough. It's tough to fit some of these other players in there. You know, you could do like a Gallinari, Harrell, Toby. You could do something like that. You could do maybe Sweet Lou Williams. It's pretty tough. It's not easy here. Sweet Lou is here. Flat 20s even when he's playing. It's like, And then you got Doncic. See, Doncic has the possibility of blowing up and exploding. Right? And I do like them against the Clippers. Didn't play the Clippers last time. Be interesting to check that box score. Right? What was the box score last time for Clippers Dallas box score? There's Doncic on the sideline. Look at him. What a dork. All right, and then you got Tobias Harris, Gallinari. Tobias Harris, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Gallinari, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. 3 and 3 and 12 for Bradley. 12 points for Avery Bradley. 21 points for Lou Williams. 23 points for Montrez. Montrez needs a game like that. 23 and 10. He's been awful. He has not been playing well. And on the Mavericks side, 30 points for Harrison Barnes. What the heck? DeAndre Jordan, look at that. 23 rebounds. Oh, wow. Well, 23 rebounds. DJ must really like to, stick it to his old team. DJ did not participate in is questionable. Wow, these guys, dude, there's something going around on that Dallas team. There's like a bug floating around. That's what they're claiming on FanDuel at least. It's so funny. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be uh, a skeptic or whatever, but Dallas Mavericks latest news. Let's hear about this bug. This is interesting to me. This guy is awful, man. Even when I read his stuff, it's like, oh man, that guy's real bad. Sorry about that, you guys. Hmm. See, I kind of like this. If we go Harden Doncic here, it's like kind of guaranteeing us a lot of points. Okay. Don't like Devin Harris at all, but I really hate all these other guards too. To me, this guard spot feels like a big time fade. It feels like you might as well fade it to 3,500, which is like Milos, or like I said, Devin Harris. Okay, maybe that's why I had him on there. All right, and then let's see. You got Montrez. How's everybody doing out there? We got some people chatting it up. We got a few viewers. You guys want to say hello? You guys chat it up with me real quick. Who do you guys like tonight? You guys like Harden? Okay. Well, so far this is what we have, right? We don't know if JJ's playing or not. What's JJ's deal? Is he also sick? Ankle for JJ. Since it's a physical thing and not a sickness, he's probably going to play. But I don't love him either. And, well, who knows? Who knows? We need to figure out how we can get one of these big guys, right? And who is this player that we want here? I definitely think it's from the early matchup, not from the later matchup. You know, I'm not too big on those later guys right now. Like something maybe both of these guys. I like both of them. I like to, yeah, why not? I like that idea. And then 6,100 away. Hmm. I'm telling you, these point guards are bad. Like they are bad. If we're talking about JJ or Sega, it's like that's the discussion we're down to. That means that Chris Paul is an automatic play. I'm leaning towards Sega as being an automatic play. I mean, he's getting some serious minutes, and I like they've yourself a few $100, right? So we got Paul, Beverly, Harden, Doncic, Richardson. Hmm. Can these centers hurt us? Yeah, they could. Some of them could, but they might not. And then you risk with Boban, you get done up. You can take the Nene, and that probably ain't gonna work for you either. You have Marcin Gortat though, and he might work. Something with Gortat could work. And you got DJ with the illness. That's a scary illness listed there. Oh, I love him. I love this player. You guys should play this guy. I love him. Put him in there. And even Gerald Green. Okay. So now I'm off by 3,000. Maybe we stack both Clipper guards. They don't seem like they're very deep at that spot. They're going to be playing some weird two guards. Luka did have this 50, though. He ain't going for another 50. Lou Williams fits straight in there with a hamstring that says for Lou Williams is questionable. Hmm. What do we think about Lou Williams? Is Lou Williams playing? Brandon Knight. Okay, here we go, guys. Brandon Knight. I like it. No love for Brandon Knight. Sorry about that, guys. Got a lot going on my end here. Bazam, yeah, I got you, buddy. Okay, so Brandon Knight. And I'm going to be plugging Brandon Knight here at the top. Okay, let me see here. Okay. I like that. I like that, Bazam. Now that saves me the money I'm looking for. And can I get back to Doncic here? That's a good question. I'm getting close to Doncic. Let me take a look back here. Hmm. So Brandon Knight, the sneaky play here. Let's look at Brandon Knight. What is the news on Brandon Knight? 1 rebound, 1 assist. Starting to creep in on some minutes, Brandon Knight. You know, I really don't mind Brandon Knight because that spot is so bad. But can Brandon Knight outscore Devin Harris? Especially with all this illness going around? Uh, it's going to be a good question. I mean, last time he faced the Clippers, Devin Harris didn't do anything. So maybe Brandon Knight is the sneaky play here. Hmm. I like that though. Let's take a look here. Hmm. Okay, so let me take a look here. We're getting pretty close here to making this lineup solid. We do got both Miami power forwards. I don't think we need both, right? So who do we like here, guys? Do you guys like Bam or do you guys like Kelly Olynyk in that spot? Hmm. Brandon Knight, huh? So we got Brandon Knight there, Devin Harris, Jalen Brunson, Derek Jones. I really like Derek Jones there. He's a sneaky one. Then we go Barnes, Gallinari, or J. Rich. Hmm. I guess you'd have to go Barnes here, leaving us with the 4,600 here, and we can play a Magruder, Ellington, or a Bradley. Dwayne Wade is also in that mix. We can't forget about a Dwayne Wade, right? Dwayne Wade's so sneaky. He could explode it, for one of these big 40 pointers for us. And his price is pretty low. Recent news about Dwayne Wade. Yeah, I like Dwayne Wade. I do like him here. So look, now we're 300 off of where we want to be. We still have both of these guys down here. So what do we think about that? Basm, you still with us? Go ahead and chime in with me here. What do you think about Bam, Olenek? Do I need to be starting one of these two? Should I be benching one of these two? Fantasy SP. They like Olenek. That's the same site, right? I keep making me go back there, guys. Let's see, Fantasy Pro. Bam. So it looks like everyone's kind of a little bit higher on Olenek there. All right, so let's drop Bam for now, leaving us with the 55. I told you guys I like PJ Tucker here, but he can't be our fourth if we're already playing one of these other guys here. So who do we like here? Let's go back here to the Google Sheet. Again, we do like Houston. Clippers got some points. 3-game total. Best 3-game total is going to be Dallas. Dallas has the best 3-game total. Right now I got one Dallas player. So perhaps this needs to be a Dallas player. Is it Powell? Is it Nowitzki? What's Nowitzki's deal? Is he getting minutes restriction? Like what? Yikes. That sounds awful. You know, pretty weird choice there. I do like some of our players. Where do we go at PF? Anybody? Please, we could use some help here on power forward. As you can see, I've got the 5,500 left over for this lineup that we're going to run out today on the Jungle Live. We've got Paul, Brandon Knight, James Harden, Dwayne Wade, Derrick Jones Jr., Harrison Barnes, Olenek, and Clint Capella at the moment. Now, there's always the strategy of a center fade, right? When I look at these centers, let's say Capella doesn't hit us, maybe Whiteside hits us, but then what? There's no risk there, right? So it's a two-player risk. I felt similarly about Chris Paul, right? it's a two-player risk. Either he is going to go off and we miss out, but no one else can. Capella, either he's going to go off or two other players can. You see that? What this tells me is we definitely gotta have Capella, right? Because unless I'm gonna take a center fade, and maybe it's Chris Paul that I can fade. Maybe Tobias Harris gets me the same number that I'm getting from a Chris Paul here, and I shave a lot of risk off of Chris Paul by doing something like this. Or we could come back to Brandon Knight as a sneaky play, but I don't know how sneaky he could possibly be. And no matter how many points he scores, I don't think he'll pass Devin Harris. But maybe I'm wrong on that one. What do we think here, guys? Here I'm out of money. I think this lineup looks pretty decent, you know. You got Sega, Devin Harris, James Harden, Dwayne Wade, Derrick Jones Jr., Harrison Barnes, Tobias Harris, Olynyk, and Capella. Well, I think that's what we're going to run out today, guys. This is going to be the lineup. There are a couple players I will keep an eye on, J.J. Barea, Tyler Johnson. But other than that, this looks okay. I think to make it better, we could try to switch out some of these Clippers Dallas players for a Houston Miami player, right? So maybe one of these two guys is the guy that's got to go. And when you think about it, we could get rid of Toby and go straight to Chris Paul. And that puts us down here at 3,400 now. 3,400. Wow. So I kind of like the sound of that. Maybe I just go 3,800 here and take a James Johnson. Now I got players all from that other game, the game that I actually want, not a Tobias Harris, right? I got a Clipper guard, but there are no Clipper guards, so that doesn't seem bad to me. Got Paul, Harden, Dwayne Wade. I think this is the lineup, guys. This is what I'm going to give you guys to run out there. All right? You got the 4 Miami Heat players. You got the 3 Houston players and 2 from the late game. So good luck. I wish you everybody luck. And let's check the chat to see. No, we got a few more viewers, though. Does anyone want to chime in? Anyone want to talk about this? What do you think? It looks like most everybody's watching on YouTube right now. So, YouTube, what do you guys think? What do you think about this lineup? Do I need to put Brandon Knight in? Brandon Knight instead of a Patrick Beverly? Get some extra cash? Put the Brandon Knight in there. Where do we spend the extra cash? We still don't have Doncic, guys. To me, he's the one player that is frighteningly good on this slate that could really change the whole slate. And look at that. We can go all the way up to Josh Richardson from Derrick Jones Jr. I feel like we want both of them. Right? So now we got too many Miami players. But this thing is looking really strong now. I really do think this thing is looking a lot better. Let's see. Here we are live. Okay. Well, like I said, I really do like where this is heading. Okay. So looking at this, James Johnson isn't really worth much to me. Okay. At his best, he's going to get you a 20. So it doesn't really matter that he's here as a Houston player if we're going to be able to get Richardson, Jones, Wade, and Olenek. Okay. So here I'm fine with anybody else. If you need to take Dirk, take Dirk. You got Kleber. I've seen this kid he's been playing a little. That's the brother there, and then you got Marquise Chris. They say he's back on the bench, right? This is going to be an odd game. There are going to be strange players and strange stuff going on all over the place. You can just kind of tell. Game time with a toe, Maxi Kleber. Pretty crazy, guys. So, I did love Josh Richardson there, but maybe I need to save the 500. And that gets me close. Gets me even closer. So it's something like this now. And Brandon Knight could become Devin Harris again. I kind of like that idea of Brandon Knight given to us by Baz on the viewer there. I like that. Let me see here. Lineup's almost done. Problem is, Gallinari to me is in the wrong game. Now I'm 100 over. You see that? 100 over. Very funny. I'm going to have to make some decision here. I think for me, I think this is probably the best thing to do and leave the 400. Or you can move Knight up to Devin Harris, but I don't think it makes a difference. See, Olenek, you can get up to Bam, so maybe we should take the extra money, even though everyone told us Bam was better. I mean, Olenek's better than Bam. 3 games under double digits for him, where Olenek, 3 games double digit scoring for Olenek. So maybe a lot of people won't do that. Maybe they won't leave the 400, and we will. And we won't take Devin Harris. Oh, you can also take Harrison Barnes, right? No, we're close to Harrison Barnes. But we can't get Harrison Barnes. What's Justice Winslow's deal? What do they say about him? And here I'm able to get Trez, guys. Okay, if DJ is out, Trez is going to have a huge night. And if Justice Winslow's in, I think this looks pretty good. Problem is, we have 5 Houston players now. So I guess this would just be any old fade. You could just play Theodosic and fade him, I guess, to get this. I'm not sure that that's my favorite. Maybe something like this. You know what I like about this lineup is all our money gets spent before the Dallas game even starts. And that is one thing that I do like about this lineup a lot. The other thing is we can swap these two. We can play Brandon Knight or Michael Carter Williams. I don't know, what's Michael Carter Williams up to? He had 13 points. He seems more likely to score the points than Brandon Knight to me. Brandon Knight. I really like PJ there. Head? He's got a head injury? Yikes. What's been going on with Ellington? Sounds like they're going to be extra thin at guard. I think Ty Wallace is the sneaky play of the day. He's the sneaky play. It's not Brandon Knight. It's Ty Wallace. But if you take Ty Wallace, you can't have Dwayne Wade. You can't have Doncic Harden. This is a tough choice. Doncic, Chris Paul. What do you guys think? Doncic or Paul? Doncic and Paul. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I've been on here about an hour, guys, and it looks like that's all I'm going to stay on here for. I'm going to get off here. But before I go, what do you guys think? Who do you think will have more fantasy points, Doncic, or is it going to be Chris Paul? I like Chris Paul, and I like Chris Paul. So I guess that kind of ends that argument. All right, so this is what we ended up with for now. All right, a lot hasn't come out about the slate yet, but I've got Paul, Harden, Tucker, and Capella. Because I'm spending up for Harden, I like the idea of taking Avery Bradley here. But he's still too expensive. So I have to go down to a Ty Wallace to be able to afford Jalen Brunson or Devin Harris. Neither of which are the greatest choices. I suppose Brunson's okay. But alright, so I guess something like that. Brunson, Paul, Harden, Wallace. Again, our least amount of money is coming late. And I like that idea. I like that our money comes late. Alright? So this is the one I'm gonna give you guys. This is what we're gonna go with. Okay? And I wish you guys luck. Have a good one. I'm out of here.